Again, welcome back to week number 7 of AP Research. Again, continuing along our thread or theme of how do you trust what's going on in terms of your process. So IRB and are you following ethical research? Are you plagiarizing, intended or unintended? But also, how can you trust your sources? We need to do a little bit more on trusting your sources. So this one's going to deal with credibility and is there a point? So because I know you're going to be doing a little bit of internet research, because not everything can be found on EBSCOhost, keep in mind the websites that you're looking at. Sometimes they are good things, even though if they're not actually published in journals, because sometimes that's just where you need to look. But be mindful, not everything is built the same and meant the same. So if it's meant as a .edu or a .gov, they have different regulations on them in terms of even getting the .edu or .gov than a .com would or a .org or a .net or .tv or whatever. Whenever you're looking at your source, you have to keep a few things in mind. So again, it's things like how old is this? So that actually will determine credibility because older research might not matter anymore, but it also deals with relevance. So is it actually applicable now? And is there inconsistencies? Do they get feedback? Are you turning out to, is it in a peer-reviewed journal? Things along those lines. Knowing whether or not you can trust your source will help your work be better because the readers will know whether or not they can really buy into what you're saying or not. So one of the ways that you can attempt to keep track of what's going on is CRAP, which is kind of awesome, which stands for this massive, it's an acronym for all of this stuff. So is it current? Is it relevant? Does the person speak with some type of authority? Is the person accurate? So is the person speaking things that are actually true? And is there what's the purpose behind it? Is it actual research or is it propagandish because they're pushing something? Use this definitely for you to do some more checking on whatever your sources are. I thought of having an assignment where, okay, here's an author or something like that. So you tell me the components of CRAP and how it works, but no. So where do you begin? So if you look online, online text is different than an actual printed text versus a textbook and things like that. So just keep in mind where you're getting your information from. You should be able to fill out a complete citation, and the harder it's going to be for you to fill out a complete citation, that's probably going to tell you that you're having issues, and maybe that wouldn't be a good source for you to use. And if possible, look up the website and look up the author and see, is there anything dubious about those individuals? Because after all, we need to believe you. This is going to show up in your annotated bibliography because in 2 weeks you're turning in an annotated bibliography again, or you're going to be submitting your draft. So one component of what I want from your annotated bibliography is tell me about the credibility of your source, because we need to believe your background information if I want to believe your question so I can believe what you did.